What we're going to start off with today is we're going to do the first step with makeup is the foundation. So as you see, I have nothing on my face. It looks horrible, horrible under eye circles and everything. And if you want to see how I do my daily foundation along with contouring, go ahead and keep watching. The first step that we're going to be doing is putting on a foundation primer. I am using Makeup Forever's HD foundation primer. You only need to use a little bit, because if you use too much, it'll cause your foundation to look really cakey and slide off and not last as long. It's basically too much of anything is not good. So just use a tiny bit and just create a thin layer, I can't even speak today, all over your face. And a foundation primer has a lot of benefits. It makes your foundation last a lot longer. It fills in fine lines and wrinkles, and it can even counteract any discoloration in your face, which is pretty amazing. So whoever came up with this stuff, you know, I give him major kudos for, because I personally can't live without my primer. Alright, the next step that we're going to be doing is putting on the foundation. My foundation of choice is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. Yes, I have to shake it, and I know I look stupid, sorry. We're going to put a little bit on the back of our hand, just a little bit, because you don't want to get too much at one time. If you need more, go ahead and add more, but you want to try to use as little as possible. The brush we're going to be using is the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki, Synthetic Kabuki brush, F80. This is an awesome brush. It really is. I love it. So just dab a little bit off your hand, and starting your forehead, go ahead and buff. Buff, buff, buff. That's probably the best place to start, is your forehead. And you want to make sure you get into your hairline, because you don't want any sort of lines of demarcation whatsoever. Like what a line demarcation is having two different colors, like you can tell like it's a mask, and you don't want that. And buffing actually creates an airbrushed finish, believe it or not. I mean, whoever thought of this technique was absolutely brilliant. The whole buffing thing. And it really makes your skin look like you don't have any foundation on. It just makes your skin look absolutely flawless, and I love it. And as you can tell, I'm a perfectionist. Sorry. And I'm still buffing. Jeez, girl. Alright, next step we're going to do is concealer under getting those ugly under eye areas. I'm using Sheer Cover concealer. This is a very creamy concealer. I love it. It doesn't settle into my fine lines under my eyes. Use a concealer brush and gently apply underneath your eyes. And you want to use your ring finger to blend it in, because the ring finger applies the least amount of pressure to that very delicate eye area. We're going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye. And you also maybe want to use a concealer in any other areas, like around the nose, since that part can get really red, and blend that in. So that part is done. Next, we're going to be setting our foundation with any sort of setting powder that you choose. My choice is the Makeup Forever's HD high definition setting powder. I love this stuff. This stuff is amazing. It really sets your foundation well. And all you need is a little bit. I tap it in the back on the back of the lid so that I don't contaminate it into the actual product, and I only get out what I need to use. And yes, it does smoke. Very rude. But go ahead and just put that finishing powder all over your face. Just lightly, lightly, I say, buff it into your skin. Do not use a heavy hand on this part, because you might as well just take off the foundation with it. Because this will give you a very soft, focused finish. See? Can you tell already? Just makes your skin look amazing. So I think that looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to continue and do some contouring. If you want to see how I do it, keep watching. The contouring powder or bronzer that I'm going to be using is from Nars in the color of Laguna. I would recommend using a bronzer that doesn't have any shimmer in it because it looks more natural, and just use any sort of brush, like a powder brush or a blush brush. I'm using the same brush that I use to apply my setting powder with. It's a multitask brush, and which I love everything about that brush. I can use it for everything. And you want to always start on the back and work your way front. You do not want to start in the front and work your way back, because you want to make sure that it goes under their cheekbone, like the hollow of your cheekbone, to give you that shadow. That is what you want. You can tell the difference with one side that has one and the other side doesn't have one. Now I'll finish the other side. Contouring also helps to slim your face. It gives it 3-dimension. It can make your forehead look smaller if you have a big forehead. Can also disguise a double chin. If you have a double chin and you kind of want to hide it, you know, without having to go get liposuction. Yeah, just use a bronzer. I mean, it's amazing what makeup can do. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.